Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Mario here. I feel like I've been doing so many videos lately because it's literally doll season, Armageddon. It's been insane. So this is the last doll in the Midnight Masquerade collection, and it's of course Rapunzel. This collection has been so unique and beautiful. I'm so thankful that Disney Store did characters like Meg, Esmeralda, Giselle, and that's why this collection has become my all-time favorite from the designer collections. It's because they're unique, they're beautiful, they're wearing outfits that are not necessarily a straight up copy of their originals. So I really appreciate that. I hope that maybe next year we'll get like a premiere series part two, and then the year following we'll get a masquerade part two, right? Because I would love to see Ariel, Elsa, Kira, Anna, Pocahontas, Mulan. There's just so many dolls that they can do because they're not just princesses. So it opens up all these opportunities, and I really hope we eventually get a part two. I think that would be great. Now, as far as this collection, it's beautiful. I love it. Rapunzel is, of course, one of the weakest, I think, in the lineup, only because her design is not over the top. Like, I feel like they're all kind of over the top, and hers is just very simple. It doesn't mean it's ugly. I've seen a lot of comments about this, you know. Personally, if I buy an item, I must like it. So you're not going to watch me review something that I totally hate, because I'm never going to buy something that I hate. You know, if you don't see a review for something in my channel, it's because I hate it or I couldn't afford it. So if you are here today, it's because I obviously liked Rapunzel enough to buy her. Part of it had to do with the fact that I had to finish the collection. But she's definitely, in my opinion, I don't see the $140 or $130 in her. I think she's a bit too simple. That being said, she's very pretty, and in my opinion, her face is gorgeous, and the whole look and color with the box all put together, I think she looks great, and I'm happy that I got her and, you know, to finish the collection. But yeah, of course, she could have some improvements, and we'll talk about that. So let's just go ahead and get started with this review. Right in front of her box, we have a design of her mask in gold, and her box has a really pretty purplish color to it with some shine. It's beautiful. Her mask, and I think I've said this before in the other dolls, but definitely Rapunzel has a more elaborate mask. It's huge. It says Midnight Masquerade series on the top, right on the front, designer collection. And as I said, you have the golden mask. On the bottom, it says Midnight Masquerade series, and Rapunzel's limited edition of 5,900, by the way. On the side of the box, it says Rapunzel, and we have the sketch by Steve Thompson, which, of course, he's the best. Designer collection, Midnight Masquerade series. And yeah, I love the side of the boxes. It's so pretty if you line them up next to each other. Now it says Designer Collection Midnight Masquerade series. You can go ahead and pause if you like to read the description. I love the floating lanterns behind her. I think that's so nice. Blah, 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 blah. Go ahead and pause. And of course, the doll includes a certificate and the stand, as usual. And there's no price on the box, but the retail price is $129. It's $140 for me with taxes. And of course, here's the full sketch by Steve Thompson of Rapunzel. And if you look at the sketch, it's actually pretty simple too. I mean, the skirt is a little bit more elaborate, but it's still a simple design, even in the sketch. Now, this is the way that you open it, or the easiest way to open it. The Rapunzel one is actually quite difficult to put back on. It was a pain. And you know, like I said in my other videos, I just like to show you. It says Rapunzel limited edition, one of 5,900. They made a lot of her, and she's not going to sell out anytime soon because she's not a favorite for most people. The certificate is right beneath, and I have number 3402 something something. I can barely see it, that's why but you get the point. Now the back of the box is really nice too. When you lift her up, you can see that it has all the little like floating lanterns, and then the general design for the Masquerade series that we've seen in all the dolls. I just love that for her we got the lanterns. That's so cool. And now I'm not going to be deboxing her or anything like that, but I still like to show you first how everything is kind of put together in the box. They all have this black framing around them to go with the Midnight Masquerade series. In Rapunzel's case, you have floating lanterns behind her, and her little chandelier lamp thingy actually has like leaves on it. which all the other girls didn't. So that's a cool touch for her as well. And on the bottom, she is lifted up. They all are, but this one is like the highest one I've seen so far. And then we have the beautiful cutout flowers on the side, which add a little pop right on the bottom where it needs it, because it's plain down there. She just looks so beautiful in the box, in my opinion. And of course, this is the mask. Her mask is the biggest and most elaborate one so far. And I think I said this before for, I forgot which doll. But now that we see Rapunzel, it's definitely the biggest one. I love all the rhinestones and the little dangling chains. They're made out of metal. And the mask is, of course, plastic, painted gold. And I really just love that the flower is on there on the top, the golden flower. I love that. And it's also included in the dress, and I'll show you when we get there. But I absolutely love that it's included. And of course, she's holding it with the new hand mold that holds things. Next up, we are taking a look at Rapunzel's face, and I think it's gorgeous. They did such a beautiful job with this paint job. I really love the color of the eyes and the light freckles with the pink eyeshadow. Her lips are really pretty too. They're positioned very nicely. I love the light eyebrows. I think she's beautiful. That being said, this is definitely the same face mold we've been getting for a while for Rapunzel. Keep in mind, we haven't gotten a limited edition or designer Rapunzel since like 2017, I want to say. So it's been a minute. That's another reason why I had to have this Rapunzel doll, because it's literally been a minute we haven't gotten one. And I think they did a beautiful job with her face. Again, I'm excited for when we get a new face mold for her. I think it's needed at this point. And Rapunzel is a very hard character to capture in doll form. All her faces have been difficult, I think. This one is beautiful. I love it. It's definitely, for a long time, it hasn't really looked like Rapunzel, I think. But this one, in my opinion, it does. But again, I'm excited for a new face mold. Hopefully we get it soon. When it comes to her golden hair, it's beautifully styled and put together nicely in the box. It goes all the way to the bottom. I think with the hairs where they could have made this doll a little bit better. They could have braided her hair and put flowers in it. I think that would have been it, and a lot of more people would have gotten her. That's really the only change that I suggest for this doll. Everything else I love. Now the top is very simple, but it has these beautiful flowers, and it has the princess sleeves, and it's like a dark purple that you don't see again all the way until you get to the bottom of the dress. So I love that. There's that gold right there in the sleeves. And again, I really wouldn't change anything else on this doll. The only change that I would do to make her better and match the other girls would be to braid her hair, give her some flowers, maybe a flower crown. I don't know. I don't think there's anything else they could have done to the bodice. Maybe more layers of the skirt on the bottom. But other than that, I think she's beautiful. It's a very simple doll. I mean, you have to know that going in. And it's your choice whether you buy her or not. Now, the actual skirt is a separate piece from the bodice, and it has 3 layers. We have the sheer, I think they call it like, I don't know, sheer mid-skirt or something. It's 3 layers. It's the purple on the bottom, the pink fuchsia sheer one, and then the one with the embroidery, which is kind of like a harder material, and it has a shine to it. It's very beautiful in person, and it looks really good with all the purple beneath it. It makes it shine, shine even more. Now, there is a lot of embroidery on the skirt, and we have the flower right there, as I said earlier, and there's little flowers too in the corners. So all 3 layers in the front, right, the first 3 sheer layers have embroidery on it, and the little flowers that match the flowers on her bodice. That is quite a lot of embroidery. Like for Megara, she only had the embroidery on the top. So there is details in this doll. You just don't see it because it's all so simple, right? Now, I'm sure that she would probably look better out of the box. I'm not sure, but I won't be deboxing. Her shoes are like a glowy pink, like a shiny pink, and they're very pretty, very simple, and they're flats, as you can see there. Alrighty, my friends, but that is all for today. As always, I'm here to help you decide whether to get the doll or not, and showing you my purchase, my collection. And that doesn't mean you have to agree with me. That doesn't mean we have to be rude to each other either. I just hope that my video helped you decide whether passing on her was a good idea or not. She's definitely not the most elaborate doll in the collection, but she also does have quite a few details, as we discovered. So is she worth it? I don't know. If you like her, she is worth it. And go get her if you want. She's available on Shop Disney at your local stores. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for checking out my video. And I can't wait to see what other collections we get in the future. Again, much love. See you on the next video. Bye-bye.